So yeah, welcome to Current Affails, man. I'm looking forward to the topics that we're going to be discussing today. Some are a bit controversial, So we don't own the news as we normally say. So we're just gonna put it out there, and you guys should let us know what your input is regarding the topics of this week. It's quite interesting. Let's go.
All right, KK. Thanks a lot, man. Really, really happy to be here today, and we have a surprise in the studio. Joe for the first time. Welcome. How you doing?
Good.
You good?
Can't complain.
We're excited to have you.
I'm excited.
All right. Excellent.
Awesome.
Hey guys, from wherever you're watching us, this is your show. We're here to bring the news that didn't necessarily make the news from wherever you are from East Africa. Karibu to you. Welcome.
Hello.
And Joe, what's up?
Whew, a lot.
A lot?
I've got a lot to say today, but I hope I don't say too much.
This particular platform is really set up to get integration across Africa, because most of the time we don't necessarily know what's going on in any other African countries.
Yeah.
So we try to bring the news, that transcends across Africa and just draw our people a little bit more closer to us. And then, so that's pretty much it. So what's up with you? How's your week been?
It's crazy as usual.
Yep.
But fulfilling. No complaints over here. Yours?
Cool. So KK, I hear you've got a lot of nice topics with you today. I don't know, you want to dive in?
Yeah, man. My topics today, it's quite interesting. So there's let me just be serious about this because it deserves all the seriousness in the world. So you guys have probably pretty much have seen the back and forth regarding Bishop Makamu.
Who's that?
Bishop Makamu. He is part of Moja Love. It's one of the DSTV channels.
Okay.
And then there's been victims that have more additional victims that came forward. There was an audio of him. Of allegedly.
Please define the victim. What's the victim?
Victims
is
of
he killing people?
No. So basically, the victims is basically the guy. There's an audio of him out, as allegedly asking for sexual favors of one of the employees or staff. I'm not too certain what the relationship is there, but he claims that he was asking for car keys. So in the video, in vernacular, he's basically saying, meaning that, are you going to give me? Multiple times this has been, being mentioned on the audio. I mean, the audio is out there. It's on all media platforms. So what I'm actually speaking about is there. The information is there. Right. You guys can decipher what you guys, think of the audio. But I'll reserve my comment. My comment is like, these are very serious allegations in SA where people abuse power.
But he was asking for keys, dude.
No, he never specifically said in the audio, please give me my keys.
What did he say exactly?
He said, are you going to give me? He said, are you going to give me? And then he obviously in the audio, she says
but
no.
I'm sorry, KK, that is open-ended. I mean, are you going to give me? Could be anything, right?
Dude, the manner. Okay, you know that saying is like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations.
I don't know. Give us a repertoire of that. Just
okay, cool. So basically, right now, if I was married, and my wife heard that audio, I'd be very scared because your wife is the person that knows you and they know how you articulate yourself. Yeah. So obviously, we outside looking in, we can only decipher of what we're getting, the information that we're getting. But I guarantee you that wife is not the most happiest lady. Because those allegations is like, apparently that audio, they claim that it was from 2015. So he's saying, there's a agenda to, attack his character.
So he's been asking for keys for a very long time.
Yeah, those keys have been in that lady's possession for quite some time. So, but now there's more victims that came out to say, we've experienced this man and his keys. So the man likes keys. He likes asking for keys.
Hey, maybe it's the keys to the kingdom. Who knows?
He's a locksmith. Maybe he should have been a bishop locksmith. We never know. But hey, man, that's pretty much one of my topics that I'm going to be talking about.
Right.
And then the second one, which is very controversial. If you remember earlier on, I was referring to how controversial this topic is.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be very sensitive. I'm gonna touch it with crucified hands because I don't want AK to come and sue me.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Bonang, I saw what you did. We respect you. We love you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna touch this topic with like crucified hands. I wanna be another one sued. Hey man.
Hey, we're just repeating what we hear, right?
We're just repeating what we're hearing, and we're gonna share our 2 cents without incriminating or attacking anyone's character. We're just gonna decipher what we have received. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen that 1-hour interview. Everyone is talking about it on Twitter. People are exploding with their comments, and interesting. I must say, because like if you see the timeline, allegedly, Anele tried to commit suicide in Durban and in a hotel. I can't remember particularly what hotel that was. So it seems like there's a trend. And in the interview, he mentioned that allegedly she tried to jump out of the car before, and they mitigated that situation. And he describes that relationship. They asked him if the relationship was toxic. He describes it as a very passionate relationship. So, they even went as further to say, okay, would you say that even in that passion that could cause it to be toxic? Because it seems like you love this person very much. You took out, Mahadi and Labola, whichever terminology that you guys use. But then why would your behavior say otherwise? Right. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's a very serious topic, especially like there's a lot of feminist movements, gender-based violence movements that has went up related to this, because obviously there's footage of him breaking down doors. There's two footage.
Dude, I saw that. I thought it was made up story.
Yeah.
Because I saw the pictures on Twitter, and this guy literally tore the door in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Didn't use a doorknob. He literally walked in. It looked almost as if it's like a horror movie.
Yeah, basically it's like Freddy versus JC.
Yeah, I mean, if the door is locked,
the door is literally
and you
locked.
break it through, you want to get to her. Like if she's locked it, she's frightened. But the fact that you broke it down,
that's the questionable behavior that I'm struggling to understand. I've heard his version of events, and I'll reserve my comments in terms of what I think would have happened. But logically speaking, if someone locks themselves, that means they're preventing you from reaching you. And then second to that is she wasn't alone in the room. So yes, they mentioned.
Can I ask for a favor?
Yeah.
Can we deep dive into this one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's the topic that I actually, because it deserves all the seriousness.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Oscar Pistorius with the bathroom situation. I mean, I see similarities in a way, because someone locked themselves in.
And then you want to get
and then, but his version of events says those intruders. So
yeah,
it's wild.
Anyway,
so yeah.
I like
that's my topic.
Okay,
all right.
cool. I think let's get into that. I'm gonna go next, and then we'll leave the best
for last.
Joe in the house. All right, guys. So my topic for this week, there's one which I came up about, which is around the new grant policy which might come into play, for the unemployed, right? So unemployment grant for anyone who's between 19 and 59 in South Africa. I've got my own view and opinion around that. I just feel that, it won't drive the best behavior. Look, I sympathize.
Wasn't there a grant for that 350 or 300? That was remember, I don't know if you guys remember, there was when they got that 500 billion funding.
Yeah, I think that was something to do with that's a COVID relief or some sort of thing like that, right?
So
this is over and above, because that day was just for period, right? Periodic, I guess, given the COVID situation. But now I think they're trying to put something in play to essentially, I stand to be corrected, but looks like it's going to be there for some time, especially during this this time of COVID and this time of economic recession, etc. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a massive impact on all of us, especially as the taxpayers, Joe. It's already hard enough that we've got a demotivated society. We have people that are essentially happy to live on grants. And yes, again, I'm not being insensitive to anyone who's lost his job, etc. But I just don't want this to become another abused system, at least from a personal point of view, whereby people decide to live off it, and we have a society that is not advancing. So that's one of the topic. And then my next topic is around the education system. I've just been reading around around the world news, etc., around the education system, and there's so much unemployment, and partly it because the education that most people receive is not necessarily relevant to the marketplace. The last time we spoke about this, KK,
I think we did speak about this,
right? So we get people that are busy, doing PR degrees, public relations degrees,
sports management.
Don't be that guy.
You know what I mean? You're gonna be doing sports management. And then where are you gonna be working after that degree?
Exactly. So at the end of the day, you find yourself, you finish your degree, you line up, you're standing with a piece of paper, but that piece of paper is irrelevant. I mean, I am in IT, where I have been for some time, and technology is moving so quickly. I mean, this year alone, I have had to do about 180 different modules. 180 different modules just to get your skills up to scratch. You know what I mean? And those are not the kind of things that they're going to teach at universities. Whatever that you're learning at university, it absolutely is outdated in many respects, especially in relation to technology. So I don't know if you guys are interested in this topic, but I do believe that it's so important that we touch on the role of a human worker and the role of a digital worker, which is bot, which is artificial intelligence, which is the tool set that technology brings, and how those are critical for your self-development. So you can't just go to university and study whatever you want to study and come out of it as like, I am ready, here, come get me. You know what I mean? So those are the two topics that I thought I'll bring into play today, and then I don't know which guys will decide which one you wanna.
I think the education system. I mean, as parents as well, like you start to wonder like where are you gonna direct your kids from, like in terms of like directing them from a young age, and I think it's quite imperative that you teach kids, expose them to the technological world from a young age. I mean, in my era, I didn't even know what a phone was. Like you used to play outside, and I mean the times have changed so drastically that it's good now to actually introduce your child to technology.
Change with the times.
Change with the times and educate them on what you can do on a cell phone, for instance. There's so many things that can be done in a cell phone.
Exactly.
Don't teach them to be an employee, teach them to be innovators.
That is so important. Like our education system teaches us they educate us to become employed. They don't educate us to work for ourselves, and I think it's so crucial because there aren't enough jobs out there.
True.
So if that can be managed on a computer or anything, and it monitors how you educated, I think that is crucial.
And COVID has basically taught us a lot that could have been done. We were restricting ourselves back. I mean, working remotely. I've been working remotely for over a year now. It's doable.
Now think about the construct that allows you to work from home.
Yeah.
That's not a construct that they teach you
No.
necessarily
Hey.
in school, right? So I'm excited to get in this one here, guys.
Let's
so
do it.
I'll hand over to you, Joe. What you got?
So we've got the French president who is now coming to South Africa. For me, I feel like this is a deep topic because you've got the vaccine, you don't know what is in it.
Yeah.
And now we's here to support South Africans in manufacturing it locally. I feel like it's very broad because they need to, we can't manufacture because at the same time we don't have enough dosages, and they won't let us manufacture because you don't know what is going into the vaccine.
True.
And you don't have access to it. Because I read the article, it also said what he called it the vaccine apartheid. Where
Interesting.
so it's like certain countries have access, like a number of dosages for the vaccine. I mean, I'm not fighting that it comes in because there's also me not wanting the vaccine because there's just so much that you just have to understand in order to get to it. But then again, the vaccine apartheid, where it's more of the European countries have access, Americans have access, and then come to Africa, it's like we don't have enough. We don't have enough for Africa.
Or they expired, or they get to us and then they expired and
exactly. Exactly. So I just think that I don't know where I stand with that. He's here, had a meeting with the president, and he's backing us up. But even if we have to manufacture, I think if we have to manufacture locally, it's the best thing because then you have that knowledge.
Absolutely.
It's open. Everyone knows, okay, but then there's that intellectual property.
Yeah.
So if we've given access to that and we've got the rights to manufacture, I think it makes it easy to understand. I'll go with that. So
we've got so much investment in the countries, right? When I mean investment, maybe I need to rephrase that. We've got invested infrastructure from a medical point of view.
Definitely.
We've got your NICD, you've got your NHLS, Natural Health Labs. Those guys are insanely equipped, to be honest. So why can't we be able to manufacture those things here? Yeah,
and I mean, I know there's a lot of African countries that don't have that luxury. But I mean, it does mention that a lot of them are willing to make room to create that opportunity to manufacture, I mean, South Africa is way ahead of most of African countries, so it can happen. So it's possible.
Absolutely.
Especially in hard times like this, why would you hold on to something that's supposedly supposed to help people? Why would you hold on to it for yourself, you know?
There's another span is like, obviously big farmers are very powerful, the medicine space is very powerful. So it's like, how I look at it is like, you mentioned something powerful like IP. Do I give IP away without getting anything back, even though we're going to help people? So there's a business element to it as well that I think that it's hindering helping people. And then on the lighter side, this is South Africa. We might just get the vaccine at the taxi rank. So
it could be anything, right?
At the end of the day, this is South Africa. Someone might just make their own vaccine and get it at the
there you go. Hey, I
So-
saw drive-through vaccination in the media.
Those were there.
Did you come across
those were there?
Yeah.
But I saw it in proper areas. Where did you see it?
No, I saw it in the media. I did not see it
No, those were there. Those were there. Like, it's like people just park like normal drive-through, like McDonald's. And one by one, I don't know, you said vaccination? Because I know testing. I saw the drive-through testing.
Drive-through testing. I was quiet there for a while. I'm like, hey, I don't know what you guys saw,
I don't know whether it's correct. I mean,
it was the testing.
There was drive-through testing. From the last time I checked, the insert that I saw was drive-through testing. I know a lot of celebrities are promoting. I think Bonang was one of them where I saw she was showing that she's getting vaccinated or something like that on a social media platform. But I don't know about
I
the
stand to be corrected.
vaccines.
I definitely saw something of that nature.
Wait, which area was that? Was it in Alexander?
It's always Alex, right? It's gonna start with Alex. Anyway, back to you,
Alexander.
Joe. What's your The next one. I don't know. You gotta give us something that you want us to dive in anyway.
So my next topic would be, which I find is very interesting. I think I want to get into this one where we've got, women in the streets. Is it just women? Wait, we've got
there's
men and women in the
there's
streets
men
of
and
Joburg
No way.
protesting
yes.
Both?
Guys,
for prostitution.
it's 2021 now. You must understand that what happens on the left happens on the right.
Okay.
There is a market for males
Okay.
by females who are
Aye.
purchasing, and then there's a market for ladies.
Both
Like,
have needs, I
yeah.
guess. So yeah, we've got. They wanna legalize prostitution.
yeah.
I always said I would never, ever, ever judge a
An
mother's
occupation.
hustle
Mhm.
that's got kids.
A mother's asshole.
So
Okay.
now when you tell me the men are out there,
It's a father's asshole.
Listen,
fathers.
no, I was speaking to it's funny, Joe, that you bring up this topic. Like 4 days ago, I was speaking to my girlfriend, and it was like a perspective. Like she was saying, "No, men are the problem." What? I'm like, do you understand that there's females that are actually purchasing?
Yes.
There's bachelor parties where male strippers are dancing on poles and doing
Oh,
whatever.
dude, it's usually like,
So
no. It's always downplayed,
Yeah,
right?
it's always
but
downplayed.
it is
There's a
prostitution.
market, guys. There's a market for both
so
the
funny.
genders.
Yeah,
So
I can believe
her
that.
argument
funny.
was like, no, if males were in purchasing, then there wouldn't be a market for that. True, but
Okay.
then on the other end, if people are not purchasing on the other side too, there wouldn't be a market. So there's a supply and demand. There will be people, there's people that require services. The other ones will, supply. The other ones there's a demand, so it's an exchange.
So I just think if this becomes legal, it's gonna be so open. Marriages are gonna
But marriage is already in trouble
I
because these men
know.
are already stealing their time.
thirsty.
The ladies that it's a topic that no one really addresses. I understand males were a problem. I'm not gonna run away from that. Like, no one will ever say females are busy purchasing males, but there's a reality.
Yeah, no.
Right? There's stuff like that going on.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
the older I get, the more I'm with working and being out, the more I'm
Yes, you're able
exposed
to
to
see
people. So
stuff
these
like
days
that,
I've
yeah.
been seeing the craziest things that scare me because I feel like I've been so shielded.
Yeah.
So now that I'm open to like the women out there, the things they get up to, it's wild.
It's crazy. Even speaking of that, like
I'm liking this.
even speaking of that, like Instagram,
But you're right.
multiple social platforms are used for such supply and
Yeah.
demands. Like these, I take it as prostitution, so it's not legalized,
Hey.
but it seems like it's legalized to me. If someone sends you e-wallet and then you go with them to Dubai and the men.
It is
That's the
prostitution.
modern
Look,
way.
let's be
that's
honest.
that's what's happening now.
It is
Isn't that
prostitution.
It is.
It
Like
is prostitution.
You're getting paid to do something. I mean, you're doing weird stuff out there
Yeah.
in these trips that they earning.
And you don't see the men, like you see them taking selfies.
Exactly.
You don't know
We'll
what's happening
never see
after.
the
Like
man.
hands in the background, like hairy hands. And there, but there's prawns, and then there's like a hairy hand there in the background.
And then you got the fancy
just like,
alcohol, but
you
you
know.
never see the man.
And then you ask yourself, I was wondered, like, I look at people Instagram posts, and then what's your occupation?
And then
though?
you'll be like, I know for a fact you're not supposed to afford that.
yeah, like, what's
Why?
your occupation? Like,
Why are you taking
How
a
all of
picture?
a sudden?
No, I'm just saying. Why are you taking a picture in front of a Bentley? We all know it. That's not your. Where's the owner of that Bentley?
the salary bracket is not allowing. The salary bracket doesn't allow. No, that's true, bro. Like, listen, I can't attest. I consider myself maybe middle class, lower class type of situation. And there's things that you can be able to do in that space, right?
Yeah.
We own certain assets, and you're like, a house is bond is expensive, car is expensive.
Yeah.
Or you won't even find the time to win, flip and go to Dubai. And then someone is just like, you look at the Instagram post, I'm a
They're
makeup
in
artist,
Dubai.
and they're in Dubai,
How?
eating prawns,
How?
popping champagnes, and I'm like, Echo, like I'm working, but I can't even like pop a champagne like that. Like, yo,
Eating prawns.
Hey,
like guys, like this thing is
Yeah.
serious.
no,
like,
it's real. It's just different ways of getting it done. But
yeah, there's
I think
multiple
it's
ways to do
wild.
It is happening.
But this is not new, guys. There was it's a beautiful thing that you bring it. They fighting for it again now. I guess they fought for it before and they failed, because the whole thing before was to minimize rape, or if I recall correctly, like if people instead of like people raping, they can go purchase those services. But here's another spanner. Some people are raped in that space. Like even though someone is purchased, doesn't mean you own the person.
That is exactly like that's.
You get what I'm saying? Like you're not owning the person, and
you
know, and if the person says no, even though you paid, where do we draw the line? What rape is?
So I know like they mentioned that the reason why they wanted legalized is for their safety, because if a prostitute gets into a situation where it's rape and she goes to report that, she can be arrested, or it can just be pushed aside because she's a prostitute.
But, guys,
JC, what are you saying? Please tell us.
All I'm thinking here is that the majority of people that go buy sex, okay, I do believe those people, first thing first, they've got problems, whether their marriage is messed up, but some of them, they go in there with funny intents, and certainly those guys are not going to buy sex so they can have that woman and treat her like a woman. I don't think so. So when you show up at the police station saying that this guy did this to me, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be simplistic and say, let me shut up. But
say what you gotta say.
Tell
us, JC. Tell us. We're
Let it out.
Wow. Do you want to deep dive into this one, John?
Yes, definitely. I think let's do that. And then we'll hear what you have to say.
Then you hear what I have to say.
We'll hear what you have to say.
All right, guys. So those are the topics. And we're going to go in one by one and let's unpack it up for you.